My brother-in-law gave away my rescue dog while I was at work, thinking I'd never find out. But what he didn't know destroyed him. I'm 28, and my dog Luna is everything to me. She's a 3-year-old German Shepherd I rescued as a puppy, and she got me through my mom's death 2 years ago. During those endless hospital nights, Luna waited for me. When Mom passed, Luna didn't leave my side for weeks. She'd rest her head on my lap whenever I started crying, like she just knew. She's not just a pet, she's the last piece of my mom I have left. My husband, Cole's brother, Seth, moved in with us 6 months ago after his messy divorce. Lost his job, lost his wife, showed up with 3 suitcases, and a sob story. Cole has always had a soft spot for his older brother, the golden child who could do no wrong growing up. So Seth moved into our guest room, rent-free, bill-free, eating our food, using our utilities, contributing absolutely nothing while complaining about everything, especially Luna. It started small, sighs when she walked past, comments about the house smelling like wet dog, even though I vacuumed twice daily and clean obsessively. Then, it escalated. Real adults don't waste money on pets, he'd say while eating the dinner I cooked. You could have bought a better car instead of spending hundreds on dog food. The hypocrisy was staggering. This man hadn't paid for a single meal in 6 months, but had opinions about my dog. I tried keeping the peace for Cole's sake. I kept Luna in our bedroom when Seth was around, changed her walking schedule, started feeding her in the garage so he wouldn't see her bowl. Nothing was ever enough. Last Tuesday, everything exploded. I'm a vet, and we'd been slammed with emergencies all morning. I was treating a critical patient when my neighbor, Mrs. Robinson, called, her voice shaking. Elise, something's wrong. I just saw Seth dragging Luna into his car. She looked terrified, and he was being rough with her. My heart stopped. I tried calling Seth. No answer. Called Cole. In meetings. Then, Mrs. Robinson sent me a video she'd recorded. There was Seth forcing my terrified dog into his car. Luna was pulling away, clearly distressed. I left work immediately. Kept calling Seth over and over. Finally, he picked up. Where's my dog? Oh, you mean the mutt? He actually laughed. I'm taking her to a shelter. This house would be better without that beast. You should be thanking me. Now you won't waste money on dog food. I was seeing red. Seth, I swear to God if you don't bring Luna back right now. He cut me off. Or what? Cole won't let you do anything to me. I'm family. That's when something in me snapped. If he wanted to play dirty, I could play dirty too. Here's what Seth didn't know. Luna had a GPS tracker in her collar, something I'd invested in after hearing about dog thefts in our area. I pulled over and checked the app. They were headed to a shelter across town. I called the police immediately, reporting a stolen dog. Then I called the shelter, warning them about a man trying to surrender a dog that wasn't his. Then I called Cole's work and had them pull him out of his meetings. But I had one more card to play. See, Seth had been bragging to Cole for months about his side hustle, stealing merchandise from his old workplace before they fired him. Cole, being the good brother, had actually documented everything, hoping to eventually convince Seth to come clean and return the stuff. I told Cole it was time to use those files. When I got to the shelter, my heart was pounding. 4 police cars surrounded Seth's beat-up Honda in the parking lot. Luna was pressed against the window, barking frantically, her eyes wide with panic. The officers pulled Seth out of the car. He was cocky at first, smirking. This is my brother's dog. I'm just helping them out. That's when I stepped forward with my phone. Officers, this dog is microchipped and registered to me. I have all the paperwork, but there's something else you should know. This man has been stealing from his former employer. I have documented evidence. Seth's face went from smug to white in seconds. An officer opened Seth's car trunk for a routine check. Everyone went silent. Inside were 6 identical bags of the same expensive dog food I bought for Luna, except these bags had been cut open and refilled with something else. Something that looked like ground meat mixed with blue crystals. The officer closest to the trunk immediately stepped back and called out to his partner. We need animal control here. Now. I felt my stomach drop. Blue crystals mixed with meat. I knew exactly what that looked like. Rat poison. Or worse, antifreeze. Both things that would kill a dog slowly and painfully. What the hell is this? The senior officer demanded, pointing at the bags. Seth's cocky expression faltered for just a second before he recovered. Those? Oh, we have a rat problem in the garage. I was gonna put that stuff out when I got back home. In dog food bags? The officer wasn't buying it. These are specifically Blue Buffalo, organic blend, expensive stuff. Why would you repackage rat poison in your sister-in-law's dog food? I felt dizzy. I pushed past the officers and ran to the car window. Luna was still barking, her paws scratching at the glass. I could see her water bowl in the back seat, untouched, thank God. He hadn't fed her anything yet. Ma'am, step back please, an officer said, but his tone was gentle. Did he feed her anything? I asked, my voice cracking. Please, did he give her any of that? The officer checked inside the car more carefully. Doesn't look like it. The bags in the trunk are all sealed shut with duct tape. Looks like he was transporting them. Animal control arrived within minutes. A woman in her 50s got out, took one look at the bags, and her face went hard. That's definitely tampered with. See how the bags are cut along the bottom seam and resealed? Someone knew what they were doing. Seth was getting agitated now. Look, I told you it's for rats. We have rats in the garage, and I was going to take care of it after I dropped off the dog. Then why? The animal control officer said slowly. Are you transporting poisoned food in the same car as the dog? And why does Mrs.? She checked her notes. Mrs. Robinson's video show you clearly stating you were taking this dog to surrender it. Seth's mouth opened and closed. For once, he had nothing to say. Mrs. Robinson had sent the video to the police too. I hadn't even known she'd captured audio, but there it was. Seth's voice clear as day. Finally getting rid of this beast. Should have done this months ago. The officers conferred quietly while I stood there shaking. One of them finally approached Seth. Sir, we're confiscating these bags as evidence. You're free to go for now since no actual poisoning occurred, but we strongly suggest you consult with a lawyer. Mrs. Patterson here can pursue this through other channels. Other channels? Seth laughed, but it sounded forced. She's not going to do anything. Cole won't let her. We'll see about that, I said quietly. They let me take Luna out of the car. The second the door opened, she launched herself at me, whimpering and shaking. I held her so tight, feeling her heart racing against my chest. She was okay. She was okay. He hadn't hurt her yet. I'm taking her to my clinic, I told the officers. I need to examine her, make sure he didn't give her anything before this. They nodded, took my statement, and let us go. Seth stood there in the parking lot as I loaded Luna into my car, and I swear I saw him smirk, like this was all just a minor inconvenience. Cole will take my side, Elise, he called out. He always does. I didn't respond. I just drove. My clinic was 15 minutes away, but I called ahead. My colleague Rebecca met me at the door. Oh my God, is she okay? Rebecca immediately crouched down to Luna's level, running her hands gently over Luna's body, checking for any signs of injury. I don't know. I don't think he fed her anything, but I need to be sure. My voice was shaking. Can you help me run a full panel? Blood work? Everything? Of course, come on, let's get her into exam room 2. For the next 45 minutes, I became the anxious pet owner instead of the vet. Rebecca and another colleague, Dr. Mitchell, took over while I held Luna's head and whispered to her that everything was okay. They drew blood, checked her vitals, did a physical examination from nose to tail. Her heart rate is elevated, Rebecca said, checking her stethoscope. But that's consistent with stress. No signs of poisoning. Her gums look good. Pupils are responsive. No excessive drooling or tremors. Cortisol is going to be through the roof though, doctor, Mitchell added, preparing the blood samples. That car ride was traumatic for her. I mean, look at her. She won't let go of you. Luna had her head pressed against my chest, one paw on my arm like she was making sure I wouldn't leave. Every few seconds, she'd look up at me with those big brown eyes, like she needed confirmation I was really there. The blood work will take a couple hours, Rebecca said. But honestly, Elise, I think she's okay, physically at least. Emotionally, that's gonna take some time. I nodded, not trusting myself to speak. If I started crying now, I wouldn't stop. That's when Cole burst through the clinic door. Where is she? Is she okay? He looked frantic, his tie loosened, hair a mess like he'd been running his hands through it. She's fine, I said flatly. No thanks to your brother. Cole deflated with relief, then his expression changed when he actually looked at me. Elise, I am so sorry. I had no idea he would. Would what? Try to poison our dog? I stood up, and Luna immediately pressed against my leg. Because that's what he was doing, Cole. Those bags in his trunk weren't for rats. The police said it might be. Don't. I held up my hand. Don't make excuses for him right now. Just don't. Rebecca and Dr. Mitchell quietly excused themselves, leaving us alone in the exam room. Cole looked at Luna, then at me, and I could see him struggling with something. He's my brother, Cole finally said. And Luna is my family, I shot back. The family I chose. The family who has never stolen from me, lied to me, or tried to kill something I love. We don't know he was trying to kill her. Cole! I was yelling now, and Luna whimpered. I immediately lowered my voice and stroked her head. Cole, he had 6 bags of poisoned food. 6. That's not a mistake. That's not a misunderstanding. That's planning. Cole ran his hands over his face. I know it looks bad, but maybe if we just talk to him. I'm not talking to him. I was done. So done. I want him out of our house. Today. Elise, he has nowhere else to go. That's not my problem anymore. We stared at each other, and I could see the moment Cole realized I was serious. This wasn't a request. This wasn't me venting. This was an ultimatum. Let me talk to him, Cole said quietly. Let me find out what really happened. I know what happened. I have video evidence, police reports, and 6 bags of poisoned dog food. What more do you need? Cole's phone buzzed. He looked at it and his face went pale. It's Seth. He's at the house. Of course he is, I said bitterly. Probably already spinning some story about how I overreacted. I need to go deal with this, Cole said, moving toward the door. Cole, he stopped and turned back. If he's still in that house when I get home tonight, Luna and I won't be. His face showed shock, hurt, anger, but mostly fear. Fear that I actually meant it. Okay, he said finally. After he left, I sat on the floor with Luna for another hour, just holding her. Rebecca came back with the preliminary blood work results. Everything looks normal, she said gently. Elevated stress hormones like we expected, but no signs of toxins. She's going to be okay, Elise. But I wasn't sure I was going to be okay, because the truth was settling in now, heavy and cold. Seth had planned this. He'd bought rat poison. He'd carefully cut open Luna's food bags, mixed in the poison, and resealed them. He'd been waiting for the right moment, and Cole had brought him into our home. I checked Luna's GPS history on my phone while we waited. Seth had driven her around for almost an an hour before heading to the shelter, just driving in circles, probably hoping she'd get sick or scared enough that the shelter would put her down anyway. The thought made me nauseous. Mrs. Robinson called while I was still at the clinic. Elise, honey, I'm so glad Luna is okay. I have something else you should see. What is it? I have more videos from the past few weeks. I didn't think much of it at the time, but after today, I think you need to see them. Can you send them to my email? Already did. I opened my email on my phone, and there they were. 6 videos, all from Mrs. Robinson's doorbell camera that faced our driveway. I clicked on the first one, dated 3 weeks ago. There was Seth, standing in our driveway, watching Luna through the kitchen window. He stood there for almost 10 minutes, just watching her. His expression was cold, calculating. Then he turned and walked back inside. The next video showed Seth in our garage, 2 weeks ago. He was going through something I couldn't quite see. Then he got in his car and left. The third video was from last week. Seth was in the backyard with Luna, and I watched in horror as he accidentally left the gate open. Luna didn't run out because she was trained not to, but Seth stood there for a solid 5 minutes, waiting. When she didn't leave, he looked frustrated and closed the gate. The other videos showed similar patterns. Seth watching Luna, Seth going through our garage, Seth standing outside Luna's dog door like he was planning something. This wasn't impulse. This was premeditation. I forwarded all the videos to my email and made backup copies. Then I called Cole. "I'm at the house," he said when he answered. "Seth is here. We're talking. I'm sending you something. Watch it before you make any decisions." I forwarded the videos to him and waited. I could hear him clicking through his phone. Then, silence. Long, heavy silence. "Cole? I'm watching them." His voice sounded strange, hollow. "Jesus Christ, Elise. He's been planning this for weeks." "I know. He's standing in the living room right now telling me he was just trying to help, that you're overreacting, that the food in his trunk was a misunderstanding." Cole's voice cracked. "He's lying right to my face. What are you going to do?" Another long pause. Then I heard Cole's voice, distant, like he'd moved the phone away from his mouth. "Seth, you need to see something." I heard muffled arguing, then Seth's voice getting louder. "What the hell is this? Who's spying on me?" "Mrs. Robinson's doorbell camera," Cole said, his voice cold now. "Faces our driveway. Has for the past 3 years. So what? I'm not allowed to walk around my own house?" "Your house?" Cole's voice rose. "Seth, this shows you watching Luna for weeks. This shows you opening the gate, trying to get her to run away. And this one shows you in the garage 2 weeks ago. What were you doing in there? I don't have to explain myself to you." "Yes, you do," Cole was yelling now. "Because the police found rat poison in your car, mixed into Luna's food. And these videos show you've been planning something for weeks. You're choosing her dog over your own brother?" "I'm choosing to believe my own eyes." Cole's voice dropped dangerously low. "I'm choosing to believe evidence over your lies. I'm choosing my wife over someone who would poison an innocent animal. It's just a dog, Cole. Just a stupid dog." The line went quiet for a moment. Then Cole spoke, and I barely recognized his voice. "Get out." "What?" "Get out of my house." "Cole, you can't be serious. I have nowhere to go. Mom and Dad are 2 hours away." "Then you better start driving. You have 1 hour to pack your stuff and leave. If you're not gone by the time Elise gets home, I'm calling the police and showing them every single one of these videos." "You wouldn't try me." Cole hung up. He called me back immediately. "I'm so sorry. God, Elise, I'm so sorry. I should have seen this. I should have protected you and Luna from him." "You couldn't have known," I said. But honestly, part of me was still angry at him. He'd seen signs. We both had. And we'd both made excuses, because family is supposed to matter. But Seth had stopped being family the moment he decided Luna's life was worth less than his convenience. "I'm staying at the house to make sure he actually leaves," Cole continued. "Can you stay at the clinic a little longer?" "Yeah." Rebecca said I could use her office. "We'll wait. I love you. And I love Luna. I'm going to make this right." "I know," I said. But I wasn't sure things could be made right. Not completely. Seth had shattered something between us. And even with him gone, we'd still have to live with the cracks. Rebecca came in with Luna's full blood work results. She's completely clear. No toxins, no abnormalities. She's a healthy, very stressed dog who needs her mom. I took Luna home 2 hours later. Cole texted that Seth was gone, took all his stuff, didn't say goodbye. Our bedroom looked normal. Our house looked normal, but it felt different, violated somehow. Luna wouldn't leave my side for the rest of the night. She followed me from room to room, pressed against my leg whenever I stopped moving. Cole tried to pet her, and she let him, but she kept looking at me like she needed to make sure I was still there. We didn't talk much that evening. What was there to say? Cole had chosen right in the end, but it had taken 6 bags of poisoned food and weeks of video evidence for him to see what I'd been trying to tell him for months. Seth was dangerous, and we'd invited him into our home. I fell asleep with Luna on the bed between us, one hand on her fur, and woke up around 2 a.m. to Cole crying quietly in the dark. "I almost lost you," he whispered when he realized I was awake. "Both of you, because I was too stupid to see what my brother really is." "You saw it eventually," I said. "That has to count for something. Does it? I mean, honestly, does it? If Mrs. Robinson hadn't recorded those videos, if the police hadn't found the poison, how long would I have kept making excuses for him?" I didn't have an answer for that, so I just reached across Luna and took his hand. We lay there in the dark, both of us awake, both of us thinking about what almost happened, about how close we'd come to losing everything. Luna shifted between us, sighed deeply, and went back to sleep. She was safe, we were safe, but I couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't over. Seth didn't seem like the type to just give up and move on, and Cole's family was going to have opinions about this. That was for sure. I was right about that last part. Cole's mom called at 7 in the morning. "What did you do to Seth?" she demanded before Cole could even say hello. I could hear her through the phone, shrill and angry. Cole put her on speaker so I could hear. "I didn't do anything to Seth, Mom. Seth tried to poison Elise's dog. I kicked him out." "That's ridiculous. Seth wouldn't hurt an animal. I have video evidence showing he spent weeks planning it. I have police reports about poisoned dog food in his car. What part of this are you not understanding?" "Seth said you're exaggerating. He said he was trying to surrender the dog because it was causing problems in your marriage, and Elise overreacted and called the police." I grabbed the phone from Cole. "Mrs. Patterson, your son had 6 bags of dog food laced with rat poison. The police confiscated them as evidence. This isn't an exaggeration. This is attempted animal cruelty. It's just a dog, Elise. You're tearing this family apart over a pet." "Then I guess we're done here," I said and hung up. Cole looked at me, then at the phone, then back at me. "She's going to call back." "Let her." She did call back, repeatedly, but we didn't answer. Instead, Cole sent her a long email with copies of all the videos, the police report number, and a detailed explanation of what happened. He ended it with, "If you want to keep making excuses for Seth, that's your choice. But don't expect us to participate in it." The next few days were weirdly quiet. Seth didn't contact us. His parents didn't call back. It felt like we were waiting for the other shoe to drop, but nothing happened. Luna slowly started acting normal again. She still followed me around more than usual, and she growled whenever someone came to the door, but she was eating normally, playing with her toys, being her goofy self. Cole and I were not normal, though. There was this tension between us, this unspoken resentment that neither of us wanted to address. He'd apologized, sure, but apologies don't erase the fact that he chose his brother over my safety for months. And I'd stayed quiet for months instead of demanding Seth leave the moment he started making threatening comments about Luna. We were both guilty of avoiding confrontation, and now we were paying for it. About a week after Seth left, I was at work when my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. Luna would have died painlessly. "You should thank me for being merciful." My blood ran cold. I showed the text to Rebecca, who immediately said, "Save that. Screenshot it. That's evidence." I did, then showed Cole when he got home from work. His face went white. "He's texting you directly now?" "Apparently." Another text came through. "She would have just gone to sleep. Quick and easy. Better than most dogs get." "Block him," Cole said. "Block the number right now." I did, but 10 minutes later, another text came from a different number. "You can't ignore me forever, Elise." And another, from yet another number. "Cole will forgive me eventually. He always does. And when he does, I'll finish what I started." Cole grabbed my phone and called the number back. It went straight to voicemail. "This is Cole. If you contact my wife again, we're filing a restraining order. I have screenshots of every message you've sent. Leave us alone, Seth." But Seth didn't stop. Over the next 2 weeks, I got messages from at least 8 different numbers. Most of them were just variations of the same theme. Luna should have died. I overreacted. Cole would eventually side with family over a dog. I documented everything. Screenshots, timestamps, saved every message. Cole wanted to go to the police, but I knew they wouldn't do much about texts. No direct threats, no explicit violence, just harassment. We changed my phone number after the texts hit double digits. I had to notify everyone, update all my accounts, deal with the hassle of a new number. It felt like Seth was still controlling our lives, even from a distance. Cole's relationship with his parents was basically destroyed at this point. His mom kept trying to arrange some kind of family reconciliation dinner, insisting that we were being unreasonable and that Seth deserved a second chance. He tried to kill my dog, I reminded Cole when he mentioned his mom's latest email. That's not a whoops, my bad kind of situation. I know. Trust me, I know. I told her we're not interested in reconciliation. And she said, "I'm choosing you over family." Good, you should be. But I could see it was eating at him. Cole had always been close with his parents, always been the good son who never caused problems. Having them shut us out because we wouldn't forgive Seth was hard for him, even if he knew we were right. 3 months passed. No Seth sightings, no more mysterious texts after we changed my number. Life slowly started feeling normal again. Luna was completely back to her old self, and Cole and I were in couples counseling, working through the trust issues and resentment. Our counselor, Dr. Reeves, was big on accountability. She made us both acknowledge our parts in what happened. Cole admitted he saw warning signs about Seth's behavior toward Luna, but minimized them because he didn't want to believe his brother was capable of cruelty. I admitted I'd avoided confrontation for months instead of demanding Seth leave when his comments first became hostile. "You both wanted to keep the peace," Dr. Reeves said during one session. "And sometimes, keeping the peace means avoiding difficult truths, but avoidance has consequences." Yeah, like almost getting your dog poisoned. We were making progress though. Slow progress, but progress. Cole was genuinely remorseful, and I was learning to trust him again. We'd established new boundaries, new rules, no more house guests without mutual agreement, no more making excuses for bad behavior from family members. We were a team now, actually a team, not just 2 people living in the same house with different priorities. Then Cole's younger cousin Tyler called one night. I didn't know Tyler well, Just met him at a few family gatherings. He was maybe 22, still in college. Hey Cole, I wanted to give you a heads up about Seth, Tyler said. Cole had him on speaker so I could hear. What about him? He's been bouncing around the family, staying with different people. He was at Aunt Karen's for 2 weeks, until he got kicked out for stealing money from her purse. Then he stayed with Uncle Jim for a month, but Jim kicked him out because Seth let their dog out and it got hit by a car. I felt sick. Is the dog okay? Yeah, broke its leg but survived. Jim said it seemed intentional. Like Seth waited until the dog was near the road before opening the gate, but he couldn't prove it. Cole and I looked at each other. That was exactly what Seth had tried with Luna. Where is he now? Cole asked. With your parents. And he's telling everyone that Elise made up evidence against him, that she fabricated the videos and police reports because she never liked him. Of course he is, I muttered. I didn't believe him, Tyler continued. I never liked Seth. Even when we were kids, there was something off about him. I watched him hurt animals, and everyone just said it was accidents. What do you mean? Cole asked. Tyler hesitated. When I was like 8 and he was 17, I saw him step on a turtle, like, repeatedly. He claimed he didn't see it, but I was standing right there. He made eye contact with me while he did it, then told me it was an accident, and I needed to stop being a baby about it. Cole's hands were shaking. Why didn't you say anything? I was 8, man. And when I tried to tell my mom, she said I was confused and that Seth would never hurt an animal on purpose. After that, I stopped trying to tell people. We talked to Tyler for another 30 minutes, and he shared more stories. Seth throwing rocks at neighborhood cats. Seth accidentally leaving chemicals where pets could get to them. Seth locking a puppy in a hot shed during summer and claiming he forgot it was in there. Every story made Cole's face get paler. His entire childhood, his perfect older brother, had been a lie. Or not a lie, exactly, but a carefully maintained illusion by parents who refused to see what their son really was. After Tyler hung up, Cole sat in silence for a long time. You okay? I finally asked. No, I'm really not. He looked at me with devastated eyes. How many things did I explain away? How many times did someone try to tell me Seth had problems, and I just dismissed it? You didn't know. I should have known. Tyler was 8 years old and he knew. He saw it. I didn't know what to say to that, so I just held him while he processed 28 years of willful blindness. The next day, Cole reached out to Seth's ex-wife, Diana. He'd gotten her number from his parents' old address book, not sure if it would even still work after the divorce, but she answered on the second ring. Cole, is that you? Yeah. Hey Diana, I know this is weird, but can I ask you some questions about Seth? About what he did to your dog? Tyler told me. I'm so glad she's okay. Cole glanced at me. News traveled fast in his family, apparently. Yeah, Luna's fine, but I'm trying to understand who my brother really is, and I thought maybe you could help. Diana was quiet for a moment. Can we meet in person? I have some things I want to show you. We met her at a coffee shop the next afternoon. Diana looked tired, older than I remembered from the wedding photos Cole had shown me. She had a folder with her, thick with papers. I documented everything, she said, sliding the folder across the table. After he locked Baxter in the closet, I started keeping records. Dates, times, what he did. I knew if we ever went to court for custody or divorce, I'd need proof. Cole opened the folder. There were photos of their 3 dogs, all rescues. Notes about Seth's behavior. Veterinary bills for injuries the dog sustained while in Seth's care. This one, Diana pointed to a photo of a small terrier mix, is Baxter. He was my baby. Seth claimed Baxter barked too much and needed discipline, so he locked him in the bedroom closet without food or water for 6 hours while I was at work. Jesus, I whispered. When I came home, Baxter had soiled himself and was so dehydrated he needed IV fluids. Seth said it was my fault for not training the dog properly. Diana's voice was shaking now. That was the day I filed for divorce. What happened to the dogs? Cole asked. I have all 3. Seth tried to fight me for them during the divorce. Not because he wanted them, but because he knew I loved them. The judge awarded them to me after I showed him my documentation of abuse. Cole flipped through more pages. There were incident reports going back years. Seth leaving the gate open so the dogs would escape. Seth accidentally stepping on paws. Seth feeding them things that made them sick, then claiming he didn't know those foods were dangerous. He was escalating, Diana said. The vet told me privately that if the abuse continued, one of them would probably die. She helped me document everything for the divorce. Why didn't you tell anyone in the family? Cole asked. I tried. I told your mother what was happening, showed her photos of Baxter after the closet incident. She said I was being dramatic and that Seth just had a different approach to pet ownership. Diana laughed bitterly. Different approach. That's what she called animal abuse. We talked for another hour. Diana told us about Seth's unpredictable rages, his need to control everything, his resentment of anything that took attention away from him. The dogs were just the most visible target, but Diana herself had walked on eggshells for years, never knowing what would set him off. The worst part, Diana said as we were leaving, is that he's so good at playing the victim. He told everyone I abandoned him, that I chose dogs over our marriage, and people believed him because he's charming when he wants to be. Cole thanked her and promised to stay in touch. On the drive home, he was quiet, processing everything. My whole childhood was a lie, he finally said. Every memory I have of Seth, the good older brother who looked out for me, protected me from bullies, taught me to ride a bike, it was all a performance. Maybe not all of it, I offered. People are complicated. He probably did care about you in his own way. His way includes hurting innocent animals to feel powerful. That's not caring. That's not love. Cole's hands tightened on the steering wheel. I brought him into our home. I defended him. I almost lost you because I couldn't see what he really was. But you did see it eventually, I reminded him. And you chose us. I should have chosen you from the start. We drove in silence for a while, both of us lost in our own thoughts. Luna was at home waiting for us, probably napping on the couch even though she wasn't supposed to. The thought made me smile despite everything. When we got home, Cole sat down at his laptop and started typing. What are you doing? Making a record. Everything Tyler told us. Everything Diana showed us. All the videos from Mrs. Robinson. I'm creating a document that shows exactly who Seth is, and I'm sharing it with every family member who's been pressuring us to reconcile. Your mom is going to lose it. Let her. Cole's jaw was set in a way I'd never seen before. I'm done protecting people from the truth. He worked on that document for 3 days, making it detailed and thorough. He included links to the videos, copies of the police report, testimony from Tyler, statements from Diana with her permission. It was damning and comprehensive. When he finally sent it out to the extended family, the response was immediate and divided. His Aunt Karen and Uncle Jim both called to apologize for not believing us sooner. Tyler sent a long text thanking Cole for finally confronting the family's willful blindness. But Cole's parents didn't call. They sent one email, brief and cold. You've chosen to believe lies over your own family. We're disappointed in you. Cole stared at that email for a long time. They knew, he finally said. They've always known. And they chose to cover it up instead of getting him help. I'm sorry, I said, because what else could I say? He was losing his parents over this, and even though they were wrong, it still hurt him. Don't be sorry. They made their choice a long time ago. 2 weeks later, Cole's cousin called with another update. Seth had been kicked out of his parents' house after their elderly cat mysteriously fell off the second-story balcony. The cat survived with a broken leg, but neighbors reported seeing Seth on the balcony right before it happened. Where's he now? Cole asked. Don't know. He's been couch surfing with friends, running out of people willing to take him in. Good, I thought viciously. Maybe he'd finally face consequences for his actions. But the situation got worse before it got better. It was a random Tuesday in November when Cole's dad showed up at our door unannounced. I answered, not sure what to expect. He looked older than the last time I'd seen him, more tired. Is Cole home? He asked. He's at work. Do you want me to call him? No, I came to talk to you. I hesitated, then let him in. Luna, who was usually friendly, growled low in her throat when he entered. I kept her close. Cole's dad sat on our couch, looking uncomfortable. I owe you an apology, Elise. Several apologies, actually. Okay, I read Cole's document, all of it, and I spoke with Diana and Tyler, and I did something I should have done 30 years ago. He took a shaky breath. I confronted Seth about the cat he killed when he was 12. I went still. Our neighbor's cat, orange tabby named Pumpkin. Sweet thing, always hanging around our yard. One day they found him dead in their garage, poisoned. Everyone assumed it was an accident, but I found Seth cleaning antifreeze off his shoes that same day. I knew he did it, and I convinced the neighbors to let it go, paid them for their grief, and told myself Seth was just going through a phase. He looked at me with haunted eyes. I created this monster. My wife and I, we enabled him for so long that he thinks he can do whatever he wants without consequences, and now I'm watching my family fall apart because we couldn't face the truth about our own son. Why are you telling me this? Because you and Cole were right to kick him out. You were right to document everything. And I'm asking you to add what I just told you to that document because people need to know how long this has been going on. I called Cole and put his dad on speaker. Cole's father repeated everything, his voice breaking when he talked about the cat. Cole was silent for a long time after his dad finished. Where's Mom in all this? Cole finally asked. Your mother. She's still in denial. I told her I wanted Seth to get professional help, and she said I was being dramatic. I'm filing for divorce. What? Cole sounded shocked. I can't live with someone who refuses to see the danger our son poses. I stayed silent for 30 years, made excuses, covered up his cruelty, and I'm done. I'm 62 years old and I'm done lying to myself. After Cole's dad left, I sat with Luna and thought about generational trauma, about how one family's decision to hide the truth about a cruel child had rippled out to hurt so many people. Tyler, who saw Seth hurt animals and wasn't believed. Diana, who suffered years of abuse. All of Seth's victims, both animal and human. And Cole, who grew up idolizing a monster. Cole came home early from work, and we held each other for a long time without talking. What could we say? His family was imploding, his parents were divorcing, and all of it traced back to one central truth. Seth was dangerous, and everyone had known it, but nobody wanted to admit it. My dad wants to add his testimony to the document, Cole said, about the cat and about other incidents he covered up over the years. Are you going to let him? Yeah, people deserve to know the full story. He pulled back to look at me. But I'm also thinking we should move. Move? Like out of this house? Out of this state. Somewhere Seth doesn't know. Somewhere we can start fresh without looking over our shoulders. I thought about it. The house didn't feel safe anymore anyway. Even with Seth gone, there were memories in every room. The guest room where he'd stayed. The garage where he'd gone through our things. The kitchen where he'd made endless snide comments about Luna. Okay, I said. Let's do it. Let's move. We spent the next 2 months planning. Cole got a job transfer to Oregon, and I found a position at a veterinary clinic outside Portland. We put the house on the market and started packing. Cole's dad helped us move, making the drive with us to our new place. Cole's mom never called to say goodbye. by. She'd apparently doubled down on supporting Seth, refusing to believe her husband or son or any of the other family members who'd come forward with their own stories about Seth's behavior. The extended family was thoroughly fractured now. Some believed Seth's claims that everyone was lying about him. Others, especially those who'd personally witnessed his cruelty, sided with us. Family gatherings were apparently tense and awkward, with the two factions barely speaking to each other. We arrived in Oregon on a gray December morning, rain coming down steadily. Our new house was smaller than the old one, but it felt clean, unburdened. Luna explored every room, sniffing corners and marking her territory, and for the first time in months, I felt like I could breathe. 3 months into our new life, Cole got a text from Tyler. Seth was in treatment, apparently. Cole's dad had made it a condition of continued financial support, the last thread connecting Seth to his family. Anger, management, therapy, the works. "Do you think it'll help?" Cole asked, showing me the message. "Honestly, I don't know. People can change, but only if they want to. And I'm not sure Seth thinks he's done anything wrong." Yeah, that's what worries me too. We didn't hear anything else about Seth for a while after that. No texts, no calls, no surprise visits. It felt like we'd finally outrun him. But we also weren't naive. We kept our address private, didn't post on social media about our location, maintained good security systems on our new house. Luna's GPS collar stayed on 24/7. We'd learned our lesson about assuming we were safe. Life in Oregon was good. My new clinic was welcoming, Cole's job was less stressful than his old one, and Luna loved the hiking trails near our house. We went to couples counseling once a week still, working through everything that had happened and making sure we didn't fall back into old patterns of avoiding problems. Dr. Reeves, our new counselor in Portland, was impressed by how much work we'd already done. "Most couples don't survive this kind of trauma," she told us during one session. "The fact that you're both still committed to making this work says a lot." "We almost didn't survive it," Cole admitted. "If Elise had left that night, I wouldn't have blamed her. But she didn't leave, and you made the right choice when it mattered. That counts for something." It did count. I could see Cole was genuinely different now, more aware, more willing to confront difficult truths, less likely to make excuses for bad behavior. He'd started therapy individually too, working through the complicated feelings about his brother and his parents and his own guilt. I was in therapy too, dealing with the anxiety that lingered even though we'd moved. I still had nightmares sometimes about coming home to find Luna gone or hurt, still checked the GPS tracker multiple times a day, still felt my heart race when someone I didn't recognize approached our house. Trauma doesn't just disappear because you change locations, my therapist reminded me. It takes time to rebuild that sense of safety. Cole and I decided to host Thanksgiving at our new place. Not for his side of the family, obviously, but for my side and the few members of Cole's family who'd supported us. Tyler drove up from California. Cole's dad came with his new girlfriend, a kind woman named Patricia, who worked as a social worker and immediately understood the full scope of what we'd been through. My sister and her husband came from Seattle, my aunt from Chicago. Mrs. Robinson even flew out, insisting she wanted to see Luna's new home. It was small and crowded and perfect. Luna spent the entire day going from person to person, collecting pets and treats and attention. She seemed happy, finally relaxed in a way she hadn't been in months. We were all in the kitchen helping with dinner prep when Cole's phone rang. He looked at the screen and his face went pale. "It's my mom." The room went quiet. He hadn't spoken to her in almost 7 months. "You want me to answer it?" I asked. He shook his head and accepted the call. "Hello?" I couldn't hear what she was saying, but I watched Cole's expression shift from guarded to confused to something like horror. "When did this happen?" he asked. Then, "Is he okay?" Another pause. No, I'm not coming back. You made your choice, Mom." He hung up. Everyone was staring at him. Cole looked at me, then at his dad. "Seth's in the hospital. Apparently he attacked someone's dog at a park and the owner fought back. Seth's got a broken nose and a concussion." "Oh my God," Patricia said. "Is the dog okay?" Mom didn't say. She just wanted me to know that Seth was hurt and that it was all our fault for abandoning him instead of supporting him through his treatment. Cole's dad's jaw tightened. Of course she did. Always the victim. Always someone else's fault. "The owner pressed charges," Cole continued. "Seth's facing animal cruelty charges and assault because apparently he shoved the owner when they tried to stop him." Tyler let out a low whistle. "Well, maybe now he'll actually face some consequences." We tried to continue with Thanksgiving prep, but the mood was dampened. Cole's mom called back 3 more times, each call going to voicemail. Her messages got progressively more hostile, blaming Cole for Seth's situation, insisting that if we'd just forgiven him and supported him, none of this would have happened. "She's unbelievable," my sister said after listening to the 3rd message. "How is Seth attacking a dog somehow your fault?" "Because in her mind, Seth was doing fine until we kicked him out and destroyed his life," Cole said tiredly. "She can't accept that Seth makes his own choices." His dad reached over and put a hand on Cole's shoulder. "I'm proud of you, son, for holding firm. I know this is hard, and it was hard. Even though we knew we'd made the right decisions, even though Seth had proven over and over that he was dangerous, there was still that little voice wondering if things could have been different, if we'd handled it better somehow, if there was something we could have done to change the outcome." Dr. Reeves had warned us about this. "Guilt is normal," she'd said. "Even when you've done everything right, you're going to second-guess yourselves. The important thing is to remember the facts. You protected an innocent animal. You set boundaries. You refused to enable dangerous behavior. That's all you could do." The facts were clear. Seth had planned to poison Luna. Seth had a documented history of hurting animals. Seth had continued that pattern even after treatment, even after multiple people tried to help him. This wasn't on us, but it still hurt. Thanksgiving dinner was good despite the interruption. We shared stories, laughed, played games with Luna in the backyard. Mrs. Robinson showed everyone the video footage from her doorbell camera, explaining how she'd almost deleted them before realizing they might be important. "You saved Luna's life," I told her. "If you hadn't recorded Seth that day and called me, I don't know what would have happened." She patted my hand. "You would have figured it out. You're smarter than you give yourself credit for, but I'm glad I could help." After everyone left and we were cleaning up, Cole got another call. This time it was his dad. "Your mother showed up at my apartment," his dad said without preamble. "She's demanding I talk some sense into you and make you forgive Seth." "See, what did you tell her?" "I told her that Seth is an adult who made adult choices and is now facing adult consequences. And then I closed the door on her." He sighed. "I also told her I'm moving forward with the divorce and she needs to stop contacting me about Seth." "How'd she take that?" "About as well as you'd expect. But Cole, you need to prepare yourself. She's not going to let this go. She'll keep calling, keep trying to manipulate you into reconciling with Seth. You need to be ready for that." Cole thanked him and hung up. He looked at me, exhausted. "I don't know if I can do this. My mom is relentless." "Then we block her too," I said firmly. "Cole, you don't owe her access to you. She made her choice when she chose to protect Seth over believing the truth. You don't have to light yourself on fire to keep her warm." He thought about that for a long moment, then nodded. "You're right. I'll block her number tomorrow." But he didn't have to wait until tomorrow. His mom called again at midnight, waking us both up. Cole let it go to voicemail. Then she called again, and again. On the fourth call, Cole answered. "Mom, you need to stop calling." I could hear her voice, shrill and demanding, but couldn't make out the words. Cole's face hardened. "No, I'm not coming to visit Seth in the hospital. I'm not helping with his legal fees. I'm not supporting someone who attacked another person's dog. And I'm blocking your number if you call again." She apparently didn't believe him because she kept calling. True to his word, Cole blocked her. Then she started calling from different numbers, leaving increasingly unhinged messages about family loyalty and how we were destroying Seth's life and how I'd poisoned Cole against his own family. We changed Cole's number too. It was frustrating and exhausting, but necessary. We sent one final email to his mom explaining that we were going no contact and any further attempts to reach us would be ignored. She showed up at Cole's work a week later, just appeared in the lobby, demanding to see her son. Security had to escort her out after she caused a scene, yelling about ungrateful children and evil daughters-in-law who steal their sons away. Cole's boss was understanding about it, especially after Cole explained the full situation. They tightened security protocols and added Cole's mom to a list of people who weren't allowed in the building. "I'm sorry you're dealing with this," his boss said. "Family situations can be incredibly complicated." "Complicated is one word for it," Cole replied. January came, cold and rainy. We settled into our new routine, our new life. Luna was thriving, we were rebuilding our relationship, and aside from Cole's mom's occasional attempts to contact us through family members, things were peaceful. Tyler called with updates sometimes. Seth had pleaded guilty to animal cruelty and assault, receiving probation and mandatory therapy. He was living with Cole's mom now, apparently, since nobody else would take him in. "It's like she's doubled down on being his champion," Tyler said. "Family gatherings are impossible because she brings Seth and half the family refuses to attend if he's there." "How's my dad handling it?" Cole asked. "Better since the divorce finalized. He's actually dating Patricia seriously now. They seem really good together." That made Cole smile. His dad deserved happiness after years of living with someone who refused to see reality. February brought an unexpected visitor. Diana, Seth's ex-wife, reached out asking if she could visit. We agreed, curious about what she wanted to tell us in person. She showed up on a Saturday afternoon with one of her dogs, a scruffy terrier named Baxter, the same dog Seth had locked in the closet. "I wanted you to meet him," Diana said, watching Baxter and Luna sniff each other cautiously. "I wanted you to see that he survived and he's happy. Despite everything Seth did, Baxter is okay now." We sat in our living room while the dogs played, and Diana told us about her new life. She'd remarried to a man who loved animals as much as she did. They had 4 dogs now, and were fostering 2 more. "When I heard what Seth tried to do to Luna, I had to reach out," Diana said, "because I know what it's like to love an animal and watch someone you're supposed to trust try to hurt them." "How did you move past it?" I asked. "The fear, the anxiety, therapy, lots of therapy, and time, and choosing a partner who understands that my dogs aren't negotiable." She smiled at me. "Cole seems like he gets that now." "He does," I agreed, looking at my husband. "It took almost losing everything, but he gets it." Diana left after an hour, but promised to keep in touch. It was comforting somehow, knowing that someone else understood exactly what we'd been through, that Baxter had survived and thrived despite Seth's abuse, that there was life after trauma. March brought another development. Cole's dad invited us to his wedding to Patricia. It was going to be small, immediate family only, but he wanted us there. "Seth won't be there, obviously," he assured us. "And your mother won't be either. It'll just be people who support us." We went to the wedding, held at a small venue in Seattle. It was beautiful and simple. Tyler was there, serving as best man. Cole's Aunt Karen and Uncle Jim came. A few of Patricia's family members. No drama, no tension, just people celebrating 2 people who'd found happiness after difficult times. During the reception, Cole's dad pulled us aside. "I know I've said this before, but I need to say it again. I'm sorry for the role I played in enabling Seth. I'm sorry for not protecting you from him when I had the chance. You're protecting people now," Cole said. "That's what matters." "I'm trying." Patricia is helping me work through a lot of things. We've even started volunteering at an animal shelter together. I figure it's the least I can do. I thought about that later, about how trauma and guilt can be transformed into action. Cole's dad couldn't change the past, but he was trying to make amends in whatever way he could. April was quiet. We both fell into work routines. Luna had her regular vet checkups. We hiked on weekends and pretended we were normal people living normal lives. But normal is relative. We still locked our doors religiously, still checked the GPS tracker, still had security cameras around the house. Normal for us meant being prepared, being vigilant, never fully letting our guard down. Dr. Reeves said that was okay. Safety measures aren't the same as paranoia. You're taking reasonable precautions based on past experience. That's healthy. In May, Cole got a text from an unknown number. Just 2 words. I'm sorry. We stared at it for a long time, trying to figure out if it was Seth or his mom or someone else entirely. Don't respond, I said. It's bait. Cole nodded and blocked the number. We'd learned that lesson. But the text stayed with me. 2 words. Probably meaningless, probably manipulative, but still, what if Seth actually was sorry? What if treatment had helped? What if he was genuinely trying to change? Then I remembered the 6 bags of poisoned food, the notebook with Luna's schedule, the video of him dragging her to his car, the long history of hurting animals going back to childhood. Sorry doesn't fix that. Sorry doesn't erase trauma. Sorry is just a word, and words are easy. Actions matter. And Seth's actions spoke louder than any apology ever could. Summer came, bringing sunshine and warmth that Portland doesn't always deliver. We spent weekends exploring the coast with Luna, finding quiet beaches where she could run and play. We were healing, slowly but surely. Cole's therapy was helping him process his complicated feelings about his family. My therapy was helping me rebuild my sense of safety. Our couples counseling was teaching us how to communicate better, how to face problems head-on instead of avoiding them. We were becoming the people we needed to be all along. In August, Tyler graduated from college and moved to Portland for a job. Having family nearby, family who actually understood what we'd been through, was surprisingly nice. He'd come over for dinner sometimes, play with Luna in the backyard, help Cole with projects around the house. I'm glad I moved here, Tyler said one evening over beers on our deck. Everyone back home is still fighting about Seth. It's exhausting. This feels like a fresh start. That's exactly why we moved, Cole said. Fresh start, clean slate. Do you think about him? Tyler asked. About Seth? Cole was quiet for a moment. Sometimes. I wonder if he's actually getting better or if he's just learning to hide it better. I wonder what kind of person I'd be if I'd grown up with parents who held him accountable instead of making excuses. You turned out pretty good despite everything, I offered. Did I? I mean, I brought a dangerous person into our home. I defended him. I almost lost you because I couldn't see what was right in front of me. But you did see it eventually, Tyler said. That's more than your mom can say. She's still defending him, still making excuses. At least you broke that cycle. Cole nodded slowly. Yeah, I guess that's something. September marked 1 year since Seth had tried to poison Luna. We didn't celebrate the anniversary or anything, but we did acknowledge it. 1 year of safety, 1 year of healing, 1 year of rebuilding. Luna was completely herself again. Happy, playful, trusting. Sometimes I'd watch her sleep and think about how close we'd come to losing her, how different our lives would be if Seth had succeeded. But he hadn't succeeded. Luna was safe, we were safe, and Seth was far away dealing with his own consequences. In October, Cole's dad called with news. Seth had moved out of Cole's mom's house after another incident with a neighbor's pet. Details were vague, but apparently Seth was lucky charges weren't pressed. Where is he now? Cole asked. Honestly, I don't know and I don't want to know. I told your mother I'm done hearing updates about him. If he genuinely gets help and makes real changes, maybe someday we can talk. But until then, I need to protect my own peace. Good for him, I thought. Setting boundaries, protecting himself, refusing to be dragged back into the dysfunction. November brought Thanksgiving again. We hosted at our place. Same group as last year, minus a few people who couldn't make it this time. But Patricia and Cole's dad were there. Tyler was there. Mrs. Robinson came again. And my family drove up from Seattle. We went around the table sharing what we were grateful for. When it was Cole's turn, he looked at me and said, I'm grateful for second chances. For a wife who didn't give up on me when she had every right to. For a dog who reminds me every day what unconditional love looks like. And for the chance to build something better than what I came from. I reached over and squeezed his hand. We were going to be okay. Not perfect, not without scars, but okay. After dinner, while everyone was having dessert, Cole's phone rang with yet another unknown number. He almost didn't answer it, but something made him pick up. Cole? It's your father. But it wasn't Cole's dad. It was someone else. Someone whose voice I didn't recognize. Who is this? Cole asked. This is Dr. Morrison from Valley Hills Treatment Center. I'm calling about your brother, Seth. He's asked me to contact you. Cole put the phone on speaker so I could hear. What about him? He's been in our intensive treatment program for the past 4 months. Court-ordered after his last incident. He's made significant progress, and part of his treatment involves making amends to those he's harmed. He'd like to speak with you, if you're willing. Cole looked at me. I shook my head slightly, but ultimately this was his decision. I'm not willing, Cole said finally. Tell Seth that I hope he's getting the help he needs, but I don't want contact. He can make amends by never hurting another animal and leaving me and my family alone. I understand. I'll pass that along. For what it's worth, he seems to be taking this seriously this time. But I respect your boundaries. After he hung up, Cole sat there staring at his phone. Did I do the right thing? You did what was right for you, I said. That's all that matters. What if he really is changing? Then good for him. But that doesn't mean you owe him forgiveness or access to your life. Change is great, but it doesn't erase the past. December came, bringing cold rain and early darkness. 1 year in our new house. 1 year of our new life. We decorated for Christmas, strung lights on our porch, bought Luna a new bed shaped like a sleigh. On Christmas Eve, we were having a quiet dinner at home when someone knocked on our door. Luna barked, and I felt that familiar spike of anxiety. Cole checked the security camera on his phone. It's my dad, he said, sounding surprised. And Patricia, we let them in, confused about why they'd driven 3 hours without warning. We wanted to tell you in person, Cole's dad said once they were settled on our couch. Seth completed his treatment program. He's required to stay in a halfway house for the next 6 months as part of his probation, and he's not allowed contact with any of us without court approval. That's good, right? I asked. It is, but there's more. The treatment center recommended Seth's mother also enter therapy because they identified her enabling behavior as a significant factor in Seth's lack of accountability. She refused. Of course she did, Cole muttered. So I've made a decision. I'm cutting off all financial support to your mother. She's always depended on me for money, and I've realized I've been enabling her the same way she enables Seth. It stops now. Patricia reached over and took his hand. We're building new patterns, healthier patterns. Good for you, I said, and I meant it. Breaking generational cycles is hard, but someone has to do it. Cole's dad and Patricia stayed for a while, sharing stories about their volunteer work at the animal shelter. They'd helped rehome 15 dogs in the past 6 months, had gotten involved with local animal welfare legislation, were making a real difference. After they left, Cole and I sat with Luna between us on the couch. My family is so broken, Cole said quietly. Maybe, I agreed, but you're building something new. With your dad, with Tyler, with Patricia. That's family too. He scratched behind Luna's ears, and she groaned contentedly. I'm glad we moved. I'm glad we started over. Me too. We didn't hear anything else about Seth after that. No calls, no texts, no surprise visits. He was wherever he was, hopefully getting better, hopefully learning to be a person who didn't hurt innocent creatures. Or maybe not. Maybe he was just getting better at hiding it. Either way, it wasn't our problem anymore. New Year's came and went. We made resolutions like normal people. Cole wanted to run a half marathon. I wanted to learn to paint. Luna wanted more treats and longer walks, obviously. January brought rain and cold and gray skies, but inside our house, things were warm and safe. We'd built this life carefully, brick by brick, boundary by boundary. We'd learned hard lessons about trust and family and what really matters. Luna was curled up on her dog bed, snoring softly. Cole was reading on the couch. I was planning next week's work schedule. Just a normal Tuesday evening in a normal house with a normal life. Except it wasn't normal. Not really. Normal people don't have to lock their doors compulsively or check GPS trackers on their dogs or screen every phone call from unknown numbers. But it was our version of normal, and we'd earned it. In March, Tyler got engaged to his girlfriend of 2 years. They wanted to get married in Portland, wanted us to be there, wanted Luna to be the flower dog. Only if she promises not to eat the flowers, Cole joked. The wedding was in June, small and sweet. Luna wore a bow tie and behaved perfectly, except for stealing a piece of cake when nobody was looking. Tyler's bride, Amy, laughed and gave her another piece. Family gets cake, she said, scratching Luna's head. Yes, I thought. Family gets cake. And this was our family now. The one we chose, the one we built, the one that understood what really mattered. Cole's mom wasn't at the wedding. Nobody had invited her. Tyler said she'd called him demanding to know why she was excluded, and he'd simply said, because you chose Seth over everyone else, and now everyone else is choosing each other. She'd hung up on him. Summer stretched out lazily. Work was good, life was good, Luna was good. We hiked and explored and pretended the past was further away than it really was. In August, Dr. Reeves asked us if we wanted to reduce our counseling sessions to once a month instead of once a week. You've both made incredible progress, she said. You've built solid communication patterns, established healthy boundaries, and developed good coping mechanisms. I think you're ready. So we cut back on counseling, trusting ourselves to maintain what we'd built. September brought cooler weather and changing leaves. 2 years since Seth had tried to poison Luna. 2 years of healing and growing and learning to feel safe again. October brought an unexpected letter. Not email, not text, but an actual physical letter delivered by regular mail. The return address was Valley Hills Treatment Center. Cole stared at it for a long time before opening it. Inside was a handwritten letter from Seth. It was 2 pages long, detailing his treatment, his realizations about his behavior, his understanding of the harm he'd caused. He didn't ask for forgiveness. He didn't ask for contact. He simply said he was sorry and hoped we were doing well. What do you think? Cole asked, handing it to me. I read it carefully. It sounded genuine, but words are easy. I think it doesn't change anything. Whether he's sorry or not, whether he's changed or not, we're still better off with distance between us. Cole nodded slowly. You're right, but it's weird, you know? Part of me wants to believe he's really changed, that all of this meant something. It did mean something. It meant you learned to set boundaries and protect what matters. That's huge. He folded the letter carefully and put it in a drawer. Not thrown away, but not displayed either. Just acknowledged and set aside. In November, we hosted Thanksgiving again. Same people, same traditions, same gratitude for the life we'd built. Tyler and Amy were there, still glowing from their wedding. Cole's dad and Patricia came, bringing stories about the 3 dogs they'd fostered that year. Mrs. Robinson came with her husband, bringing photos of her new grandchild. My family was there, loud and loving and wonderfully normal. Luna went from person to person, collecting pets and treats and love. During dinner, Cole's dad stood up to make a toast. I want to thank Cole and Elise for showing me what real strength looks like, for making the hard choices when it would have been easier to just go along. You saved more than just Luna. You saved yourselves, and you saved me too. There wasn't a dry eye at the table. December came, bringing holiday lights and decorations and the comfortable rhythm of our 3rd year in this house. We'd made it. We'd survived the worst and come out stronger. On Christmas morning, Luna woke us up by barking at her presents under the tree. We'd gotten her a new bed, some toys, and ridiculously expensive organic treats. She spent the morning ripping into wrapping paper and looking at us like we'd given her the world. She has no idea how close we came to losing her, Cole said, watching Luna play with a squeaky toy. Maybe that's for the best, I replied. She gets to just be happy. Cole's phone rang. He looked at the screen and smiled. It's my dad. They talked for a while, wishing each other Merry Christmas, sharing updates, normal father-son conversation, no drama, no tension, just family being family. After he hung up, Cole looked at me seriously. I want to do something. For Seth, my stomach dropped. What do you mean? Not contact him or anything like that, but I want to make a donation in his name to an animal cruelty prevention organization. Something that helps animals like Luna, that works to stop people like Seth used to be. I thought about it. That's actually a really good idea. We spent the afternoon researching organizations, finally settling on one that worked with animal abuse cases and provided resources for rehabilitation and prevention. We made a substantial donation in Seth's name. Do you think he'll ever know? Cole asked. Probably not, but that's not why we're doing it. No, we're doing it because that's who we want to be. People who create something positive out of something terrible. The donation confirmation came through on email. There it was, permanent record. Seth Patterson's name associated with helping animals instead of hurting them. It felt like closing a circle somehow. January came, starting our 3rd year in Portland. 3 years since we'd escaped Seth's presence in our lives. 3 years of building something better. Work was steady, life was good, Luna was thriving. We'd fallen into comfortable routines, the kind of boring, beautiful normalcy that people take for granted until they almost lose it. In February, Cole got a phone call from someone we hadn't heard from in years. His mother. Before you hang up, she said quickly, I just need to tell you something. Seth violated his probation. He's back in jail. Cole's hand tightened on the phone. What did he do? He was caught trying to poison a dog at a park. Someone's golden retriever. The owner had left it tied up while they ran into a store, and Seth was seen mixing something into the dog's water bowl. Her voice cracked. The owner called police. They found antifreeze in Seth's backpack. Cole was silent for a long moment. Is the dog okay? Yes. They stopped him before the dog drank anything. But Cole, they're charging him with attempted animal cruelty, violation of probation, and a few other things. His lawyer says he's looking at actual jail time now. Good, Cole said flatly. Good? Your brother's going to prison and you think that's good? Yes, because maybe in prison he'll actually face consequences. Maybe he'll actually get the help he needs. Or maybe he'll just be somewhere he can't hurt innocent animals. Either way, good. He hung up before she could respond. I'd been listening to the whole conversation, and I felt oddly numb. Not surprised, not even particularly angry. Just resigned. He never changed, I said. No, he just got better at saying the right things in treatment. But the second he was free, he went right back to who he really is. Are you okay? Cole thought about it. Yeah, actually, I am, because this proves we made the right choice. If we'd given him another chance, if we'd let him back into our lives, who knows what he would have done. We dodged a bullet. Actually, we dodged multiple bullets, and Seth kept proving we were right to maintain our distance. Tyler called later that day. Did you hear about Seth? Yeah, Mom called. She called me too. Tried to get me to go to his arraignment, show family support. I told her no. I told her I'm done pretending Seth deserves support he hasn't earned. Good for you. The rest of the family is split again. Some people saying we should forgive him. He's sick, he needs help. Others saying he's had chances and squandered them all. Where do you fall? Cole asked. I fall on the side of that golden retriever who almost got poisoned. I fall on the side of Luna. I fall on the side of every animal Seth has hurt or tried to hurt. He made his choices. Now he gets to live with them. After Tyler hung up, Cole and I sat in silence for a while. Luna was on the floor between us, chewing on a toy, blissfully unaware that the man who tried to kill her was going to jail. I feel like I should feel something, Cole finally said. Sad for him, or worried, or guilty, but I don't. I just feel relieved. That's normal, I assured him. He's not your responsibility. He never was. He's still my brother, biologically. But family is more than blood. Family is people who show up for you, who protect you, who love you, even when it's hard. Seth never did that. No, he never did. March brought rain and gray skies and the kind of weather that makes you want to stay inside with hot coffee and good books. We did exactly that, spending weekends curled up together. Luna sprawled across both our laps. No drama, no crisis, just peace. In April, Cole's dad called with an update. Seth had been sentenced to 3 years in prison. No early release, no probation this time. Real consequences for repeated offenses. Your mother is devastated, Cole's dad said. She's telling everyone that Seth was set up, that he's a victim of circumstantial evidence, that the system failed him. Of course she is. Cole replied. I wanted you to know that I sent her a final message. I told her she needs to accept reality or lose what's left of her family. I don't think she's going to choose reality. That's her choice. Yeah, but it's still sad. It was sad, in a way. Sad that a mother loved her son so much she couldn't see what he really was. Sad that her enabling had helped create a monster. Sad that she'd chosen delusion over truth and lost her husband and younger son in the process. But it was her choice. We all have choices, and we all live with the consequences. Summer came, bringing warm weather and long days. We took Luna on road trips up the coast, finding new beaches and trails to explore. She loved the ocean, would run into the waves and bark at them like they were playing with her. She's so happy, Cole observed one evening as we watched the sunset from a beach in Cannon Beach. Luna was chasing seagulls, tail wagging, tongue hanging out. She is. We all are. Do you think about what could have happened if Seth had succeeded? Sometimes, I admitted, but not as much as I used to. Mostly I think about what did happen. We protected her. We protected each other. Cole pulled me close, and we stood there watching Luna play, watching the sun sink into the Pacific, grateful for ordinary moments that once felt impossible. In August, Tyler and Amy announced they were expecting a baby. The family gathering to celebrate was small but joyous. Cole's dad and Patricia were there, already planning to be the best grandparents by choice. My family came, bringing baby gifts and advice. Mrs. Robinson sent a card congratulating them. Cole's mother wasn't mentioned. She existed somewhere in the background of their lives, I suppose, but she'd made herself irrelevant by refusing to accept reality. September marked 3 years since Seth tried to poison Luna. We didn't commemorate it this time, didn't even mention it. The date came and went like any other day because that's how healed we were. The trauma wasn't gone, probably never would be completely, but it didn't define us anymore. October brought another letter from Seth, forwarded from the prison. Cole didn't open it, just tossed it in the trash. You're not curious? I asked. No. Whatever he has to say doesn't change anything. He had chance after chance, and he made his choices. I've made mine. No regrets? None. Well, okay, one regret. I regret not seeing who he really was sooner. I regret putting you and Luna at risk, but choosing to cut him out of my life? No regrets about that at all. November brought Thanksgiving and our annual gathering. Tyler and Amy were there, Amy's baby bump starting to show. Cole's dad and Patricia came, bringing stories about their latest foster dog success story. My family came, loud and loving as always. We went around the table sharing gratitude. When it was my turn, I looked at Luna sleeping under the table and said, I'm grateful for second chances, for family that chooses love over dysfunction, and for a dog who survived and taught us all what resilience looks like. December brought another Christmas, another year of healing behind us. We decorated the house, got Luna a ridiculous number of presents, invited people over for holiday parties. Life was good. Not perfect, still marked by scars and caution, but good. On New Year's Eve, Cole and I stood on our back deck watching fireworks light up the Portland sky. Luna was inside, hiding under the bed because she hated loud noises. We'd left soft music playing for her and made sure she had her favorite blanket. New Year's resolution? I asked Cole. Same as last year. Keep building this life. Keep protecting what matters. Keep being the person I should have been from the start. You're being too hard on yourself. Maybe, but it keeps me honest. He pulled me close. What about you? Any resolutions? Just one. Keep moving forward. No more looking back at what might have happened. No more dwelling on the what-ifs. Just forward. I like that. The fireworks exploded overhead, brilliant and temporary, and we stood there together, grateful for everything we'd survived, everything we'd built, everything we'd become. Inside, Luna barked once at the noise, then settled. She was safe, we were safe, and that was enough. January came and went, then February. Normal months, normal days, normal life. In March, Cole's dad called with surprising news. Seth was being transferred to a different facility, one that specialized in treatment for people with violent tendencies toward animals. It was a program designed to address the root causes of such behavior. Do you think it'll help? Cole asked. Honestly, I don't know, but at least he'll be somewhere that might actually address the problem instead of just warehousing him. After the call ended, Cole looked thoughtful. Part of me still wants to believe he can change. Maybe he can, I said. But even if he does, that doesn't mean you have to welcome him back into your life. Changed or not, he broke your trust. That's not easily repaired. Yeah, you're right. And life went on. Work, home, Luna, friends, family, the rhythms of ordinary existence that feel extraordinary when you've fought hard to keep them.